Hey guys, how are you guys doing? This is Chris Lee coming in here. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you have any videos you want me to review of yourself, of your opponents, of other professional teams or fights, please send them my way. The best way to get in contact with me is going to be through my Facebook. I'm going to link that down below. Besides that, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Give a like, share, a comment if you guys enjoyed what I'm putting out. See you guys around. All right, how are you guys doing today? This is Chris Wee coming in here. We're about to analyze ABUGASH versus Mongolia. This is actually referred to me by a subscriber, and I'm more than happy and more than willing to do videos for subscribers and any requests you guys have in general. I did get to watch this fight live. I watched this when I was in MUJU myself. Very exciting match, a lot of fireworks, a lot of points scored, especially by ABUGASH. In this match particularly, from memory and just by watching it once before actually, we had to see how ABUGASH is able to pick around the pressure, around the constant pressure. I'll also go into a little bit of how Mongolia could have, I think in my opinion, could have mounted a better offense. But besides that, let's dive right into this. So those guys who don't know, Mongolia actually, the way they currently play the game is they're very forward pressure. ABUGASH right here is making sure that Mongolia is not dictating the fight. He's going straight back in, making sure it's not Mongolia dictating the pace. Mongolia is going to try and do that because they have a lot of stamina. Mongolia's always had a lot of stamina since I watched them before. I've seen them down 8, 10, 12, 15 points, and round 3, they're still kicking. Their opponent can't kick anymore. So ABUGASH making sure to not let that happen and countering directly to the head. The reason these headshots are that headshot just worked for ABUGASH, if you guys are don't really see it, is because, like I said, Mongolia likes to go forward, 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 forward. One of the ways to stop that is to just go straight for their face, like ABUGASH just did. Warding, Gumjang, normal stuff, normal stuff. ABUGASH has already established his lead. I don't really want to rewind too much, but it came from ABUGASH's offense, and then especially the 3 points we just saw right here coming off his head, off the headshot. Video replay right away by Mongolia, trying to make sure, especially against a player like ABUGASH, that there's no giant lead in the beginning because it's gonna be a lot harder for his player to try and make that up. Let's take away the Gumjang. Oh, so sneaky, so sneaky. All right, and actually going through this fight, one of the things I wanted to go through actually was this specific situation, and specifically because I like Mongolia's pressure, but there are some holes, and ABUGASH right here exposes all of the risks in doing constant forward pressure. One is that Mongolia, in general, always goes forward with a cut kick. Always leads with a cut kick. That's generally the staple to get the momentum going, to put his opponent off balance, and then he kind of tries to capitalize off of that. What ABUGASH did, he knows the cut kick's coming, so he throws one of the counters, which is underneath hook kick, or I think in the Philippines we call that the full moon. He tags that. And secondly, the specific scenario that's coming up. So right here, we know that he's about to cut. It's kind of a lazy, it's not a lazy, it's a slower cut. ABUGASH counters this right away, going underneath. Right there. Mongolia, I don't mind the follow by Mongolia right here. This is good. What I want you to notice, though, on Mongolia was that his blocking was kind of all over the place. And these kicks by ABUGASH aren't necessarily there to score points. I mean, obviously he's throwing them out there. He's trying to get something there, but it's mostly just to keep Mongolia off of him so he can get planted and get back into the ring. Because right now, as you guys can see, he's sitting here on the edge, and this is let me move my mouse. This is Gumjang territory. Obviously, you don't want to give up points. And so all these kicks ABUGASH is about to throw are not necessarily to score per se, but it's to get his leg up there so that way he can get back into the ring safely. The big hole on Mongolia's part, he's putting the forward pressure, which is good, but his hands all over the place, and ABUGASH is getting his foot on his Hogu, and as a result, actually puts his lead up by even more, even though this situation highly favors Mongolia getting points. So we're gonna watch this we're gonna go through this again. I want you guys to watch the way ABUGASH is using his legs to try and keep Mongolia off of him so he can get a better ring position. So he's keeping his leg up, not necessarily a score, but it's just a kind of getting in the way of Mongolia's points. Mongolia not blocking at all in that situation. Injured, kick low. We'll watch that one more time. Mongolia here trying to create the forward pressure, but his hands, unfortunately, are not there for the blocking. ABUGASH able to sneak those points in, gets the better ring position, gets it low. But like I said, all of that was just to get the better ring position, and he got more points off of it. Let's skip forward past this. This is not very educational. Also, if you do get hit low, you just jump up and down like the way Mongolia did. It gets the blood going other places. At least that's what my coaches have told me to do. Kind of hit the backside, just get the blood away. Create sensors somewhere else. And you're going to notice constantly that ABUGASH mixes his defense between moving backwards off of the cut and countering right in place. And the reason he wants to counter in place is because he doesn't want Mongolia moving on that forward pressure. He doesn't want the situation that happens in here where he is on the edge of the mat, kind of just trying to defend himself to get ring position, not even to score. He wants his defensive posture, the way he's doing right now, immediate, and he wants it there specifically so he's on equal footing to get points, not necessarily on the back foot trying to stay in the ring and the points just so happen to come up. Oh, wait, how do I change this back? There we go. Still trying to do immediate defense. Creating the forward pressure. He's making sure Mongolia does not dictate the fight. This is what Mongolia is known for, is bringing the fight to other people, tiring them out. And I got to hand it to Mongolia for this incredible stamina. Like, if I were fighting Mongolia, I'd just clinch and shut down because I don't want to fight you that often for that long. A lot of Jordan's defense, a lot of ABUGASH's defense is right in place, and he's maintaining distance. See, right there. Same thing. Right in place. Now, what I want to get into... Oh, good try. I think he was a little bit lucky that one hit. What I would edit for Mongolia, is not necessarily to back off of the pressure. The simple solution is just to add some fakes. Just some motions in there. Every now and then, keep ABUGASH's defense guessing. Keep him honest, because you don't want him to know exactly when you're coming in. I mean, this is warfare after all. If he knows exactly when you're going, it's so easy to put up a defense. If you motion every now and then, if you change the tempo of your kicks, the way Daehoon changes the tempo of his kicks, this can really mess up opponents' defense because they don't know at what speed or even if you're really going or not. So I think for Mongolia, on Mongolia's side, pressure's good. Just got to add the motions on top. Let's see what else happens here. I think this is for the extra point for ABUGASH. Yep. I think they're arguing he went out of bounds. Video replay denied. ABUGASH still in the immediate defense. Good forward pressure by Mongolia. Force the out of bounds, which is what he wanted. Now this is very subtle, really quick. Rewind, super quick. Ring management. ABUGASH knows the most risky situation for him, especially against Mongolia, is going to be in the corner. He moves out of bounds, and immediately he runs all the way back in the middle, take the middle of the ring. So that way, Mongolia has to risk everything again, start from ground zero, and try and force him to the edge yet again, maybe sacrificing more points. Making sure to hold the middle. Now Mongolia's on the back foot. And also, because ABUGASH is creating the constant pressure, Mongolia doesn't really know when to kick now. He's starting to get suckered into ABUGASH's game. And now ABUGASH is dictating the fight, even from a defensive stance. I would rewind, but you guys can watch that on your own. I don't want to take up too much time. Gamjang. Well, actually, I guess I'll rewind. See, even the small. If you guys didn't notice that, there's a fake, and it screws up ABUGASH's whole defense. In this scenario, there's a here, faked, and ABUGASH won. He's expecting the kick, and he faked, and he messed it up because Mongolia faked. Low kicking. This happens. I doubt it's intentional. Nice try. Mongolia's stronger, looks like upper body wise. Trying to get whatever he can. The coach is a little bit mad. Wants him to calm down. Got called for holding. And that's the end of round one, guys. 25-6, round one. Lots of points. Told you there'd be a lot of fireworks. ABUGASH is still going with the same defense. In place. Don't give Mongolia the momentum to go forward. maintain all of that. Mongolia is trying to go for the big plays. I don't really mind this too much. You're already down by 20 points. So end of this round, there's gonna be the fight's gonna end anyway. Might as well try swinging for the fences. And I also don't mind that because it's early in the match. What I would do personally if I were in this kind of situation is trying to win back a couple points at a time, especially if you're working on a new strategy. Couple points at a time. But I mean, swinging to the fences also a different train of thought. I think both of them just as effective depending on what's going on. ABUGASH with that was an incredible kick. I almost want to rewind it, but I'm not going to. That's a great turning side. Still tagged him to the face, forcing him out. He's still trying to create. I don't think he should be motioning like that. If you're gonna motion, if you're gonna be okay, there you go. This is what I'm talking. This is the situation Mongolia wants to create. Situations like that. He can't really. He's not doing that as often because the motions. He's lacking the motions. Then again, that defense, if he had motioned first and then shot it, he maybe have gotten underneath ABUGASH's arm. But ABUGASH already ready, knows he's coming in on the go, sets his arm out, nothing. A nice try both sides. Oh, watch the grabbing. Just before this happened, the new rules came out about wrapping your arms around for the grab. That was a good out in. I'll replay that for you guys one more time. I think this scenario is going to happen for you guys a little bit more than ABUGASH's scenario where he kind of just jumps on the guy. So if you watch Mongolia's comes away from the outside, all the way from the outside. One more time, just for the audience. Sets his foot down, windmills that all the way over. If your opponent's good at blocking and they're not blocking properly, like the MMA style I've been talking about before, trying to get your hand all the way over, this could probably hit them going around the arm. Because it hits almost from behind the head because it's the radius of that kick is so wide going from behind. I'm not sure why he got. Oh, he's just mad he didn't go up, and then ABUGASH just returned fire. I think the Mongolian situation is that situation, that clinch is gonna happen more often for you guys than you jumping up and your guy bending over for you to hit him in the head. Frustrating time for Mongolia. Frustrating time. I think they're fighting for the Gumjung, probably. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yep, the Gumjung. Okay, here we go. So this scenario, I'd actually specifically for me, I'd just be looking for what do I need to practice on for next match, or do I save energy for the matches coming up? Because this isn't a final. I'm sure there's a lot more fights to go. As ABUGASH, I'd be focused on conserving energy, still pressing the fight, mostly with footwork, maybe close the game, clinch it down. But this far of a lead, that's what I'd be looking for, thinking about the next match ahead. As Mongolia, this is where I start swinging for the fences. Spin kicks, hope for the knockout. You gotta pray for a miracle in this situation, hoping one of those hits. Oh, that's the marker. Sorry, guys. Poking and prodding. I really think the only thing lacking in Mongolia here is just the motions. And when I'm saying emotion, it's not just with the hands. You gotta change up the footwork distance too. Like the way he did it before. He stepped his foot forward. He changed the distance on ABUGASH, and ABUGASH thought it was a kick. ABUGASH staying with the in-place defense, not giving Mongolia the luxury of coming forward with the momentum. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That slight motion, ABUGASH bit. That was a good opportunity. If Mongolia is setting stuff up like that the entire time, this may have been a different story. ABUGASH is just overall a good player, though, and he takes it. Not much else is new. I remember watching that and being very impressed with that fight as well. So that's my coverage of that fight, guys. I hope you guys got some good points from that, and feel free to message me, like I said, questions, concerns, comments, and feel free to leave that in the comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love all of you guys. See you guys next time.